How's it going, everybody? Today we're doing what might be considered an unpopular opinion video about Borderlands 3. Before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos and content in the future. So let's just dive right into this thing. Today's unpopular opinion: Borderlands 3 is a great game and doesn't deserve the hate that's thrown at it. Now I know, again, unpopular opinion. Lots of complaints of weapons are broken. Mayhem 2.0 is terrible. We need new vault hunters. We need level caps. The list goes on and on and on. So let's do this. We're gonna start with the bad. Yes, things are clearly broken. Things do need fixing. But the game itself is incredibly and very much so playable. Fixes are coming. Gearbox and 2K, they do a great job of listening to us. We're complaining as much as we can. We're on all social media, on all platforms. But unless we send bug reports, nothing is going to get fixed. And if it does, it's going to take a very long time. This is why you see a bunch of content creators pushing for the community, for every player to send in as many reports as possible. The pictures, clips, videos, whatever you can, send it in so they get as much information as possible to fix everything once and for all. If weapons are broken, get a clip of what's wrong with it and explain what should be happening. There's a lot of content creators out there that know Borderlands math. They know how weapons should work. Listen to them, watch their streams, their videos. You'll find information, help us out. Send in everything you can. Mayhem 2.0. Yes, it is incredibly bugged. Loot's not scaling in some areas and some bosses. For example, the back burner only available, or Pain and Terror, sorry. And it's only possible to do that farm really well on PC. Console's terrible to have to try to farm that thing. So you have to get it from a friend, honestly. Not ideal, but it's getting fixed. I mentioned Vault Hunters earlier. We don't need new ones. Let's be honest. Again, the game is broken. We know it. We don't want to introduce a new character into the broken world. I think it'd be better if we fixed everything, fixed our skill trees, gave us new skill trees after they're fixed even. Fix all the action skills, kill skills, and anointments before they bring someone in. There's no point in bringing in someone when our current ones are still getting reworked and rebalanced. Another big issue I always see and read: things are broken things are breaking constantly in the game. We all see it with every hot fix and patch. Something breaks. Sometimes it's the same thing breaking over again and again. Once it rolls out, things happen, and it's just something that we have to deal with. Sometimes it's a whole, it's all of Epic, all of Steam. Sometimes it's a handful of players, but it's software. That's what happens. It's not perfect stuff once you roll it out. I myself work in software. I know. We have a patch, we fix it. Some customers complain about it. Still happening, and some customers have a whole new issue that rise up that we thought we tested, or we did test, and they had an issue with it. It happens, guys. It's software. Let's get to the good, because there's a ton of good for this game. I'm going to touch on a few things. First, I'm going to start by saying I am one of the few and lucky PlayStation 4 players that has had almost zero issues in this game. I've had less than 5 crashes since the release. That was 8 months ago, and that's incredible considering the playtime I have on this thing. And my biggest problem I run into, that happens pretty often, Zane's barrier breaks. Explosions get through, certain manufacturers get through. It just happens. At this point, I expect it, and I myself am terrible at reporting issues, so I need to get better about it, because I'm not helping out at all, honestly. But when it happens, I choose a new Zane action skill. I work around it. I throw on different shields. I make it work in the meantime. And that's kind of the way I think a lot of it should be done. Once you report something, don't stop playing. Please don't stop playing. I really, really insist that a lot of people, instead of stopping because something's broken, find a new way to play. It makes us all a better player. It gives Borderlands more playtime. It gives us a whole new way to come up with strategies in this game, new builds, new ideas. Just makes the game funner if you can find more ways to beat it. Something else that happens, again, I'm touching on good, but nerfs. Yes, they suck. But with every nerf, down the line, there's a buff coming. And the reason this is in the good category is because those buffs, again, they give us a new way to play the game. We have new SMGs we can use. We have new snipers, whatever it may be. We have new ways to play the game. Yes, we lose out on some of the fun ways that we grew with, but now we have a new way to play the game, and that's what keeps the game fresh for a lot of us, and we welcome it. It's a challenge, it's welcoming. I hate to see some things get nerfed, but I welcome all the buffs that come with it. Mayhem 2.0, guys, again, they're fixing this game. They've disabled 2 modifiers that were crashing a lot of console and PC players. They're going to bring them back. They know what's going on as much as possible. They are working on it. We're going to have a whole new array of weapons, and down the road, we're going to have our takedowns coming out, our DLCs in the next few months, in the next year, so it's going to get better. This game itself feels very refined, and honestly, it's just a pretty game. All the loot, all the enemies, the new worlds, the ridiculousness that is Borderlands, they stay true to the franchise. Honestly, where else can we get a gun that gives a good old yeet when we throw it for reloads? And I love it. The first time I heard the yeet, I almost cried because it was just the stupidest thing ever, and I loved it. The story's good. It's no Borderlands 2. It's no Handsome Jack, but honestly, I think it's the second. Well, It's a strong story, better than Borderlands 1, and I think it's pretty close to the pre-sequel, which I liked a lot. And let's be real, the game is never going to be textbook perfect. There's so much behind-the-scene mechanics in this game involving, honestly, the big thing I discovered was math. The Borderlands math in this game is insane. Of all the things that take place, from firing the gun to hitting the enemy and calculating all the damage, it's insane. And most importantly, guys, they listen to us. They can't reveal everything. They can't implement every request. It's not possible. But there's a method to their madness. There's a reason for it all. Borderlands 2 was playable for many years. This game's going to be just the same. Constantly listening to us. It's getting fixed. It's getting better. We just have to be patient. We're only 8 months from launch. Let's not forget that. In that 8 months, this game has made huge strides. A lot of players are now, a lot of Vault Hunters are now playable. There's a lot more survivability for them. And when Mayhem 2.0 came out, a lot of that got kind of thrown out the window, but it's getting fixed. It's coming. We know it. Farming, it's a problem for some people. I expect to refarm everything 3 or 4 times when level caps come out. It's just the way it is. I'm happy to do it. They put a ton of love in this game. I'm grateful for it. A lot of us are. Some of us aren't because of the issues we've had. But just know, again, guys, it's getting better. We have to do our part as a community to make sure it does get better. That's it. Again, this game is amazing because they listen to us. They put a lot of love into it. It's fun. Yeah, it's broken, but this game is fun. There's so much to do. We do need in-game content. We do need builds. We do need a lot of stuff. There's so many things that we can offer suggestions, and we need to. So let's do that, because this game is going to get better. I'm going to get a lot of feedback, I know, for this video. So please, if you love it, if you hate it, if you're in the middle, comment it down below. Let me know. Just be respectful to everybody. We're going to debate about this till, a year or 2 down the road, and there's no doubt in my mind on it. Again, it's just my opinion, not the clear consensus, thankfully. So let's look forward to all the new content that's coming. Keep an open mind, report all the problems, and just know, again, we expect things to break. They're going to get fixed. We waited 7 years. It's worth it. We can wait a little more. And it's, again, only going to get better. Later, everybody.